welcome guys, this is Edwin, and today we're looking at a piece of history right here. This is known as the CM-1. That's right, this is the predecessor of the 98 Commander. There are probably 10, 12 pieces out there, okay? This is a piece of history right here, like I mentioned, and if you don't know, right, the Commander was designed after the ES-1M that in this case I do have a custom, a bolster ES-1M. Let me show you right here. The ES-1M was that knife that Ernie worked with the Air Force Sierra team, right, on developing this utilitarian blade that they wanted, right? And this is the CM-1 that is 3/4 the size of the ES-1M. You will say, Edwin, that ES-1M looks like a Super Commander as well, and you are right. The now known Super Commander is basically the same size. The only difference usually is that tiny wave, and the ES-1M is a chisel blade compared to a V-grind that you have in the Super Commander. Okay, so be aware of that. And you guys know I love the Commander. We can talk for hours and hours about this design, but if you want to see a lot of information regarding this piece and more history, you definitely need to check out things like USN or some of these groups that I'm always hanging out, because there's a lot of information that is really cool. And let me tell you, for the ES-1M, if you don't know a little bit about its history, right, it started without a wave, without a thumb disc. It initially had a thumb hole opening, and the team asked specifically to add that thumb disc, and if you can add a blade catcher as well. And that's how that wave was born. Okay, the whole wave feature was basically a little bit of an accident. You know, the team find out that when they pull it out of their pocket, it will open fully, right? And it was really quick, and that's how they find out about that wave feature, the very well-known wave feature now. Well, so after that, Ernie wanted to do a smaller version, right? So between 1995-97 timeframe, Ernie was working in the development of the smaller version of the ES-1M, and that's this CM-1. Very rare, a full custom, right? Let's look at this blade. It's a hand-ground blade. Like you can see that beautiful switch right there, that beauty recurve. That, guys, I don't fear the recurves, guys. I love my recurves. Very good. Like you can see, it's a full custom Emerson Spec-War knife stamp right there. Okay, and it's a V-grind, meaning that it's ground on that side and ground on the other side. Okay, one of the beauties on this piece is that it's been carried, it's been loved. You see some scratches because the previous owners, they use it. Okay, they use this knife. Very cool. Like you can see, it has that old school G10. It's been, you know, you can carry that clip on the left side if you want, or the right side. Beautiful G10. And then you have that custom style of bead blasted titanium liners, even with that chamfering right here that you see in that first generation, or you see in customs, I should say. In this case, you have a backspacer, custom backspacers made by Ferg, so be aware of that. And guys, like I mentioned, this was a 100% carry piece that I got from a friend of mine, and I'm very happy to have this piece right here. So again, the predecessor of the 98 Commander. Let me show you real quick a letter from Ernest that my friend was asking him about this piece. And like you can see, he does mention the time period. Yeah, you know, it's definitely a hand ground, and it's definitely from the 95 to 97 time period. It looks like it has the old style bead blasted G10, and it also dates that time period. The knives are extremely rare and all that. Again, signed by Ernest Emerson. Really cool. And that's one of those things, guys, that if you're a collector or you have a piece that you don't know a lot about, you can email Emerson Knife, right, and ask about it. And usually they are very good at responding to you and giving you some little more details about it. Now, like I mentioned, I haven't made a video about this other knife that I'm going to compare it with, but I will, so don't worry about it. But I need to show it, right? The satin, true satin finish 98 Commander, right? This is the father of this guy right here. Very, very cool. You can see how it compares. Very, very similar. I will say that lock interface is different. That liner cut and everything is different between the two. But other than that, very, very similar in terms of design. Very, very nice. If you know, right, those 98s, this true satin finish, they were handled by Ernest Emerson himself as well. Okay, and guys, don't worry, I'll make a video on the 98 Commander. We'll talk about his history, but right now I want to show you that CM-1. So cool, man. And like I have mentioned in the past, I can look at these recurves all night long without question, because the Commander is one of my favorite. Even that ES1M, I love carrying it, and it's one of my main users when I want to have a big custom. Okay, now guys, if you have any other question, feel free to jump in on YouTube, of course on Instagram in CaloPR, and in caloblaze.com. I do have on the recommendations the links for the USN forums if you want to look at more history. Okay, the USN forum has a lot of data right there, and of course Emerson Echo Group, Emerson operators that were always hanging out there, and other links as well, the GEC groups and all that. Again guys, you guys have a great day. Bye.